The 1970 Plymouth Barracuda Hemi stands as a legendary icon in the muscle car era, a symbol of raw American power, bold design, and mechanical innovation. As we look back from 2025, this car continues to inspire car enthusiasts, collectors, and historians alike. It wasn't just a car, it was a bold statement from Chrysler's performance division that they were ready to dominate the street and the strip. Introduced as part of the third generation of Barracudas, the 1970 model year brought a complete redesign, separating it from the earlier Valiant-based platform. Now riding on the Chrysler E-body platform, the 70 Barracuda boasted wider proportions and a more aggressive stance. This gave designers the freedom to create a more muscular, sculpted silhouette that has since become one of the most admired shapes in muscle car history. The high-performance variant, the Hemi, Cuda, took that visual appeal and married it with unmatched power. At the heart of the Hemi, Cuda was the legendary 426 cubic inch Hemi V8 engine. Originally developed for NASCAR, the Elephant engine was known for its massive heads, hemispherical combustion chambers, and unrelenting horsepower. In street trim, it was rated at 425 horsepower and 490 pound-feet of torque, though many believe those numbers were underrated. What made the Hemi so dominant wasn't just its brute force but also its engineering, a balance of high revving ability and immense low-end torque. It was a powerplant that demanded respect, and it turned the lightweight Barracuda into an untamed beast. Performance-wise, the 1970 HEMI, Cuda was a terror on the drag strip. Equipped with either a 4-speed manual transmission or the robust 3-speed TorqueFlite automatic, it could sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in the low 5-second range, blistering for its time. The standard 3.55 rear axle ratio, with optional gears up to 4.10, gave drivers even more control over how they wanted to channel the HEMI's fury. Many Hemi, Cudas were fitted with the optional shaker, hood scoop, a cold air intake system that vibrated aggressively with the engine's revs and became one of the most iconic visual elements in Mopar history. While the car's mechanicals were formidable, its aesthetics helped build its legend. The 1970 Barracuda's bold grille, deeply recessed quad headlights, and sharply contoured lines exuded menace. Available in high-impact colors like Plum Crazy, Vitamin C, and Lemon Twist, along with bold graphics and hood decals, the Hemi, Cuda turned heads even before the engine roared to life. Optional features like Raleigh gauges, leather-trimmed seats, and sport stripes allowed for further personalization, making each Hemi, Cuda unique. Production numbers were low, especially for the Hemi-equipped versions. Only 652 hardtops and 14 convertibles were built with the 426 Hemi engine in 1970, making them some of the rarest and most sought-after American cars ever made. Today, these cars are centerpieces of high-end collections, commanding prices well into the 7-figure range at auctions. Their value isn't just in rarity, but in what they represent, the peak of the muscle car era before insurance costs, emissions regulations, and the 1973 oil crisis changed everything. In 2025, the legend of the 1970 Plymouth Barracuda Hemi endures stronger than ever. It symbolizes a time when performance was king, and automakers weren't afraid to push boundaries. Even as electric vehicles and digital dashboards dominate modern showrooms, the mechanical purity, aggressive attitude, and visceral excitement of the Hemi, Cuda hold a timeless appeal. It remains one of the greatest muscle cars ever created, a roaring reminder of what happens when horsepower meets heart.